Once upon a time, in a faraway land nestled between rolling hills and lush green meadows, there existed a quaint village that seemed straight out of a fairy tale. The villagers were known for their warm hospitality and simple, unassuming lives. The houses were huddled together as if sharing secrets in hushed tones, and the cobblestone streets echoed with the laughter of children and the murmur of daily life. But beyond the safety of the village walls lay an ominous forest that had always been shrouded in mystery. This wasn't just any ordinary wood. It held an ancient, almost primeval magic that both fascinated and terrified the villagers. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows that danced ominously across the ground, it painted the sky in hues of orange and purple. The tranquility of the evening was shattered by the rhythmic creaking of an old wooden cart as it moved slowly through the village square. Upon this cart sat a strange woman whose enigmatic presence had become a regular yet unsettling sight in the twilight hours. Her weathered face was etched with lines that hinted at a life well lived, yet also seemed to conceal some deep, perhaps unsettling secrets. The woman's eyes twinkled with an otherworldly light, and her gnarled hands rested lightly on a basket overflowing with an assortment of candies. The mere sight of these sweets, each wrapped in vibrant colors and smelling of exotic spices, was enough to send a wave of nostalgia and curiosity through the villagers. Children would often rush to their homes, their tiny hands clutching whatever coins they could find, eager to return and purchase these mysterious treats. To many, the woman and her magical-looking sweets became a nightly ritual, a comforting constant in an ever-changing world. But this comforting facade hid a sinister truth that would soon come to light. As the weeks passed, something peculiar began to happen. Children who had gone to visit the Candy Woman never returned home. At first it was just one, then two, then several missing children. A chill wind seemed to blow through the village, carrying with it the unspoken fears and suspicions of the townspeople. Parents clutched their children close, their eyes filled with worry. The absence of the children was a gaping wound in the heart of the community, and the villagers yearned for answers. Amidst this growing dread, a glimmer of hope emerged in the form of a young boy named Malik. Unlike the others, Malik wasn't afraid. In fact, he was more curious than scared. With his head full of adventure stories and his heart filled with courage, he was determined to uncover the truth behind the missing children and the enigmatic Candy Woman. Now, what makes Malik different from the rest? What inner strength did he possess that allowed him to confront the darkness that had befallen his village? Let's explore the character of Malik further. From the moment he learned about the missing children, Malik couldn't shake off the feeling that something wasn't right. He wasn't naive. He understood that the world was always a friendly place, and that sometimes even those who seemed kind could harbor secrets. This understanding had been fostered not through harsh experiences, but through his insatiable curiosity and love for adventure stories. Malik wasn't just a passive listener when his father read him bedtime tales of valiant knights and cunning detectives. He internalized those stories, absorbing the strategies, the courage, and the kindness that had been displayed by the heroes in the narratives. Over time, these stories became more than just fantasies for Malik. They became a blueprint for how he viewed the world and how he should interact with it. When the other children were too afraid to venture out after sunset, Malik saw it as a challenge. He wanted to help, to do something that the adults couldn't. This desire to help stemmed not from a sense of duty or obligation, but from a genuine empathy for his friends and neighbors. He saw the fear and confusion in their eyes, and he wanted to alleviate their pain, not just for them, but also for himself. In Malik's mind, he didn't want to be seen as a coward. He wanted to be someone who was dependable, someone who could be counted on in times of need. And so, armed with his wits and a heart full of bravery, Malik set out to solve the mystery of the missing children, determined to bring back the joy and peace to his beloved village. As night fell, painting the sky in hues of deepest blue, Malik decided to put his plan into action. He was going to follow the Candy Woman and discover where she disappeared to each night. But he needed something to attract her attention, something that would lead her away from the prying eyes of the village. Just then, he remembered the old abandoned warehouse at the edge of town. It was a place where the villagers rarely ventured, its large wooden doors sealed against the passage of time. Malik crept towards the warehouse, his heart beating in his chest like a drum. He could just make out the silhouette of the candy woman in the flickering lamplight, her back towards him. Carefully, he dropped a small stone near the cart, hoping to startle her. The woman turned, her eyes gleaming in the darkness. Then, as if sensing no danger, continued stirring something in the depths of her basket. This was his chance. Malik dashed out from his hiding spot, grabbed a handful of pebbles, and started pelting them towards the cart. Startled, the woman let out a sharp cry and stumbled back. Each stone that hit the cart sent a jolt of adrenaline through Malik, but he didn't stop. He kept throwing stones until the woman finally got down from the cart and ran towards the forest, disappearing into its dark embrace. Now, why do you think the woman reacted so strongly to Malik's actions? What could he have possibly done to elicit such a drastic response from her? The woman's reaction to Malik's pebble attack wasn't merely out of fear. It was a manifestation of something much deeper and more unsettling. Each rock that connected with the cart was like a tiny hammer blow to her carefully constructed reality. You see, the woman wasn't just a seemingly ordinary peddler of sweets. She was, in fact, a powerful sorceress who had chosen to disguise herself and blend in with the human populace. Her true form was something that would terrify the villagers, and she had used her magic to maintain her human disguise for years. However, Malik's actions had disrupted this illusion, forcing her to reveal a fragment of her true self. Her anger and panic were a testament to the effectiveness of Malik's plan. He had managed to pierce through a portion of her magical defenses, exposing the monster that lurked beneath. Now, why was this sorceress living among humans in the first place? What was her ultimate goal? Perhaps her intentions were as intricate and layered as the magic she wielded. After all, magic isn't always just about raw power. It's also about control, manipulation, and deception. Maybe she was studying the villagers, observing their ways, or perhaps she was waiting for something or someone. Whatever her reasons, Malik had unwittingly uncovered a truth that the villagers weren't ready for. And now that she was aware of his knowledge, she would stop at nothing to eliminate the threat he posed. The chase was on. Malik raced through the forest, the soft earth giving way beneath his feet. He could hear the rustle of leaves and snapping twigs behind him, indicating that the sorceress was close. His breath hitched in his throat as he realized that he might not outrun her forever. Just when he thought she was about to catch up, he darted through a thicket of trees and found himself in a clearing. In the center stood a large, moss-covered boulder that seemed to have been placed there intentionally. With a surge of adrenaline, Malik scrambled up the boulder, hiding behind its rough surface. As he peeked over the edge, he saw the sorceress emerge from the trees, her eyes scanning the area. For a moment, their gazes met, and Malik felt a chill run down his spine. This was a standoff, a battle of wits between a young boy and a powerful sorceress. The question was, who would prevail?